All truth is not kind to hear. There's a bitter truth as well as a sweet truth. Jesus said in John 8:32, you shall know the truth. And there's one thing about the truth, it will make you free. And the first thing you need free is your mind. That this society has had upon us being reared in it because we actually think that we're functioning right. The one thing that this society has told us is we have freedom of speech.
Amen. Yes, sir.
But in Torah, you don't have freedom of speech.
Come on. Amen.
Matter of fact, the Torah teaches the direct opposite.
Amen.
You need to learn how to guard your tongue.
Amen.
And while we are quick to agree with that, very few of us actually practice it in life, in living. And so we being in a society where everybody has an opinion, everybody has a mouth that moves, nobody puts any governor up on themselves whatsoever at all. We think that we can just say anything we want, and there will not be any spiritual or natural ramifications for it. But you can tell that as a people, we're not reading our scriptures. Because if we were reading our scriptures, then no doubt we would all be showing some form of maturity after so many years of so-called reading the scriptures. But this society has allowed us to have a loose tongue, a loose life, and then we wonder why that our health is still not returned to us speedily. After many, many years of seeking healing in many certain things, and we still don't wonder why. There's nothing that comes up in our mind that tells us that the reason why we are the way we are, because remember, our body is a barometer to the spiritual realm. And the reason why we are the way we are is because we simply will not rule or have any governor over the tongue. Because the tongue is what causes life and death. It tells you the issues of the heart. And death is working in us all. That's true. No doubt about it. But when we're sitting up here and not living a quality life, then we need to start going back and revisiting. I know that we're not going to revisit anything unless it's preached. And even when it's preached, there's still a grim chance of it ever being revisited because we're so accustomed to coming, hearing, and then wasting the rest of the week, not meditating on anything. That's just the way we are as a people. And so a true relationship with the Father is starving. Literally. It's just literally starving. And this is the type of people that is being produced from this culture and society, which we can't blame no more now that we have knowledge and understanding. Now it's all on us. It's not that the wisdom and the experience and the knowledge is not given to us. It's there. But the problem is we choose to operate after a Gentile mindset, and we're comfortable with it. We really, truly are. Now, the Torah also teaches us that none of us in here has a right to take any justice into our own hands. But it does teach us that we are to act justly. And there's a huge difference between you taking justice and acting justly. See, we don't understand these things because we don't read the book. We don't. If we read it, we don't believe it. I know we don't either. We're going to cover just for a few moments here the word slander. I'm going to cover a few moments here. Now, mind you, when I'm going over stuff like this, it's for your benefit. Because if you want to kill yourself, I have nothing to do with it. You know me, I'm an easygoing man. Yes, sir. You like death working in your life, have fun. Amen. Have at it. You understand what I mean? But I speak this to the Israelites who really, truly want an understanding as we go forward. Let's go to Psalms 101, verse. Let me see if we want to start at verse. Well, we may not want to start at that verse. We'll start at 101. We'll start at verse 3. And the book says, I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. He does what? He hates the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. You hear that? Anytime someone turns aside, your attitude should be the same attitude as the psalmist here, as Dawid. Are you following me? Whatever it is, you should never allow this to cleave to you. But, you know, in order for you to embrace this Bible, the scriptures, the understanding of it, it has to be meditated upon. This ain't something you read one time and then you go back 5 years from now and read it again. This is something that has to be revisited throughout the week continually. I mean, I got scriptures that I read over. I know just this week alone, I probably have read over the same passage of scriptures well over 70, 80 times. That's since Sabbath. And there's probably no more than maybe 15 or 20 of them. But they're in different areas. Are you following me? Because it has to get down in you. But look what he says right here. A forward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. You hear that? Now we have to define what a wicked person is. I'll tell you what Isaiah said. This is Isaiah. Now watch this. I'm going to show you the difference between the prophet Isaiah mindset and our mindset today. Isaiah's mindset is, he says, I am a man of unclean lips. That's what Isaiah said. And none of us are prophets. But he said, I'm a man of unclean lips. And then he said, and I dwell in the midst of an unclean people. But today, you watch us, we're clean, and everybody else is unclean. That's how we function. You know why? Freedom of speech. We have a right to say what we want to say. But in Torah, there's always judgments for every word that comes out of the mouth. And then he goes on to say, verse 5, who privily slander his neighbor. All right, so to make sure we get understand, let's go back to verse 4. A forward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. Hear that? He said he will not know. That means he's not going to keep company with. Or he's not going to fellowship with them. He's going to have nothing to do with them. You understand that? All right? And then he says, who privately, now he's going to define it, slander his neighbor. So a wicked person is one that slanders his neighbor. Privately. Meaning the neighbor don't know that they're being slandered. But you know, we're spiritual beings today, and we have the ruah. We can tell when something's going on. Isn't that right? Yes, we can discern when something's going on. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So a wicked person, the way Dowell defined it is a person who privately slanders his neighbor. Look what David said his action would be. Him would I cut off. Him that have a high look and a proud heart, I will not suffer. He's not going to give him place. He's not even going to allow him to be permitted amongst him. You understand that? Huh? Now, the word slander is defined as one who whispers, one who defames, one who gives an evil report, one who speaks unfavorable sayings. That's what a slander is. All right? David also says in Psalms 31, verse 3, look what he says. Well, we'll start at 31, verse 13. We'll start at verse 11. I was reproached among my enemies, but especially among my neighbors. Now, wait a minute. It's one thing to have enemies without. But your neighbors, you notice how personal this is bringing us? That's like I was saying to Elder Bill the other day when we was in the living room talking. I said, Elder, I said, you know what's amazing about this generation? He said, what's that, Pastor? Because I could go anywhere with it. I said, nobody believes that they're Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Not one person. He says, my, Pastor. Nobody believes that. No, they don't. They will never confess it. Watch this. I was reproached among my enemies, and especially among my neighbors, and a fear to mine acquaintance. They that did see me without fled from me. I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel. For I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side. While they took counsel together against me, they devised to take away my life. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh, and I said, thou art my Yahweh. Many times, my times are at hand. Deliver me from the hands of my enemies. Just happen to be not only the reproach from the outside of the outside, but the neighbors that are within. And from them that persecute me. How they do that? They did it through slander. That's how they did it. So you see what David's prayer is? So you pray against those who takes this approach. You may not know who it is, but you know how to pray, especially if you're in Yah's stead and you're in his favor. You know what I mean? What you don't know, you got that right. The Most High does know. All right, Proverbs 10:18. I tell you what, we got to go up a few right here. Start at verse 12. No, we'll go to verse 11 because you can read the whole thing and just be all right. We'll start over here at verse 11. The mouth of the righteous man is a well of life. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of what? You ask yourself every day, how much life do you speak? Our ear is not too inclined to righteousness. You know, a mouth of righteousness. You want to get a crowd, just start talking evil about somebody. You don't even have to know if it's true or not. Just get a crowd. Huh? But violence covers the mouth of the wicked. What covers the mouth of the wicked? Violence does. All right. Hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all what? Y'all hear that? Covers all sins. Now, what we do today, we thinking if love is covering sin, we're thinking that we're letting people get by because we believe ourselves are judges. But you ever notice the reason why I come to fellowship, no matter where you go, whether it be here or every one of them scattered all over the place, reason why I come, they can't get strong?
Come on.
I'll give you the same thing that Jesus told us. If you see a brother overtaken in a fault, well, that's what the apostle said. If you see, and it's not speculation. Are you following me? It's not an assumption. It's not an evil report. It's not a slander. It's something you physically know yourself. Uh-oh. It say, he who that is spiritual, you consider one as yourself. If you see them in a viable fault. You know it to be true. And then you go to him in a spirit of meekness and you restore such a one. What do we do? Murder. And murder will be appointed to you. When your day of judgment, when it's time for your day of judgment to come, you will be judged as you judged. See, we need this kind of speaking and talking. We let so many things slip. We used to just talk about this all the time. You can see it ain't did no good, though. You know, some things you just assume you don't have to revisit again and again because it should already be in us. You know what I mean? The Sabbath day is in us. We know what to do every Sabbath. We don't have to worry about it. We know exactly what to do, don't we? We do it so much. All right. In the lips of him that have understanding, wisdom is found. But a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Are you following me? Now, if you had a brother that trespassed against you, notice, if he trespassed against you. Not if Elder Bill got a fault and offense against Brother Rich, he going to go to Brother Juan. It don't say that. The instructions and the rules and guidelines is that Brother Bill goes to Brother Rich. But if it's a viable trespass, if he goes up, Brother Rich, I discern that you hate me. Now you're accusing. Because you have nothing to base that on except a feeling. Are you following me? You ain't got nothing to base that on. Huh? In that case, we look at each other all day long and accusations flying all over the place. Yes, it does. Yes, the devil always working. If he ain't telling you, he talking to me. You won't believe the stuff he says to me about you. And you think he talking to you about me, you should hear the stuff I hear about you. Oh, boy. It'd be a crossfire from hell if we open up our mouth. Wouldn't it? Be an attrition rate, man, we'd kill each other dead. But what do we do, though? I said a viable, it said trespass against you. Are you following me? What Elder Bill got going on with Brother Rich is none of Brother Juan's business. The instructions give us a time when he can come into the fold. Yeah, it does. But the first step is, do we all know the first step? What's first step? Yeah, there you go. That's the first step. So someone can't even say it. We so used to breaching it, we don't even know how to do it. And then if they get whatever they got going on rectified between themselves, what you got to do with it? Why you meddling in their matters? I know why. Because you're a busybody. You've been living so much out of this freedom of speech spirit in this country. If Brother Bill makes diligent inquiry with Brother Rich and he finds out that he ain't getting nowhere, even at that, he don't go, first of all, if he chooses to go to Brother Juan, he don't go and tell Brother Juan everything that's going on from his side of the story. He should actually get Brother Rich and both of them go. And then let Brother Juan hear what both of them got to say. And you know the reason why today we never ever bring the person who we got a fault with and ought with a legitimate one. Not something conjured and made up, not something that came by gossip or slander or talebearing. I'm talking about somebody that directly has offended you. You know the reason why we don't do that today? Because we know that there are two sides to every story unconsciously. And the only story we want told is ours. And we don't want to be judged by our brother or sister as we're us being the evil ones, so therefore we hide under a cloak of maliciousness. Now look at the devil. And the devil is a liar. That's how we do it. Yeah, it is. Exactly how we do it. So by the time them two get to Brother Juan, he should hear first time both their stories if they bring him to judgment. If they still can't see, one of them can't see, then we bring before 2 or 3 witnesses. Is that the steps? Anybody familiar with them? We very rarely get to these, though, don't we? If you still can't agree, then you bring it before the whole assembly. And we rarely get to that. What we do is we utter a slander, and then we try to go find somebody else that is dirty as we are and cover it up. Because Isaiah said, I'm a man of unclean lips. And I dwell in the midst of an unclean people. That's what Isaiah's report was. Amen. Yeah, he did. You know the reason why he said it? Because he could see a vision of the Most High. He said, I seen the Most High. I looked at him up there, and his train filled the temple. And he's high and lifted up. That's what he said. And I see that, whew, I'm messed up. Anyway, where was that? All right, verse 14. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. A rich man's wealth is in his strong city. The destruction of the poor is in their poverty. The labor of the righteous tend to life. The fruit of the wicked to sin. He that is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. He that hideth hatred with lying lips. You hear that? You know you hate somebody and they could probably sense it, but you're going to lie. You're going to put on the show. You're going to stage play. You're going to put theater out there and act like everything's all right, but really on the inside you got something tearing you up. Huh? Is that what it says? Yes, sir. I got 2 people to agree. There's 2 or more, huh? 2 of you touching together and agreeing. He that's in the way of life to keep it instruction, but he that refuses reproof err, and he that hideth hatred with lying lips, and he that uttered a slander, somebody that whispers, somebody that is defaming, somebody that's giving an unfavorable or evil report. He that uttereth a slander is a fool. Truth is, Elder Bill could be tearing his soul up. That don't give you a right to slander him. You're a fool. Uh-oh. Y'all hearing that? That's what it says. All right, let's go to Psalms 109, verse 17. Now, Proverbs 26:2, you need to write it down. It says, as a bird by wandering and a swallow by flying, so the curse causeless shall not come. Now you remember Abraham, who's the father of the faith, right? The patriarch and stuff. You remember Abraham, right? Abraham. The Most High told him, I'm going to bless them that bless you. And I am going to curse them that curse you. Now, the problem we got today in Israel is that now we know we all blessed, but we all ain't got the same responsibility in the kingdom. Are y'all hearing that? No, we don't either. There are different levels of responsibility. All of Israel was blessed, but everybody wasn't Moses. And even those who fancied themselves to be right up there with Moses, when the Most High came down, he let them know who he had his hand on. Uh-oh. But see, we forget things like this. We don't care nothing about it. No, we don't. No, we don't, because we're proud Americans. I promise you. But you see how the Torah is different from society? Always will be. Always will be. I can tell you right now, everything that goes on in this world that we have as a society as far as laws, I'm talking about regular secular man laws, y'all don't give a damn about. He could care less about them. They don't mean nothing to him. Because government is too busy trying to play God. See, what we do is government adopt a few principles, and then we automatically think that God is in it just because they decide to adopt a few principles. What Yah cares about is his Torah and his people obeying it. He could care less about what laws they pass out here or what structure that they want. He has instruction for his people. And he expects us to live according to his word above the word of man every time. This society got us snared, though. I promise it does. All right. Where was we at? Oh, okay. Psalms 109, verse 17. He that loveth cursing. He that loveth cursing. Y'all hearing that word? Now let's stop there for a second and define the way they're defining cursing. This is one is vilified, or how you pronounce the word? Execration. Execration. That's loving cursing. Huh? And also, it's also another word for it is vilification, vilified, or vilified, to make vicious and deflammatory statements about. Now we see, because if you gonna think cursing is shit, damn, hell, and everything else, because that's what the Gentiles teaching. Yeah, it is. Just like I said years ago, you know, people. I said to one man, I said, man, these goddamn people get on my damn nerves. You just curse God. I said, how in the hell I'm gonna curse God? How can I curse God? Little old Mir barely got a breath in his body. Human being. You stupid thing, you. You don't even know what cursing is. You're more afraid of the attitude that they put up on you about what cursing is, as opposed to what the word says. Then I had to jump in him. I said, when's the last time you talked evil about somebody and defamed them, huh? I said, that's cursing. When's the last time you said something negative and derogatory about someone? That's cursing. That's biblical. That's the stuff that would damn your soul. Amen. Saying GD, saying hell, saying shit and all the other, that ain't cursing. Come on. That's the fear of man that has put you in a snare. Amen. It's caused you to fear more of that. That don't mean you go around breathing it out. Amen. Come on. But you'll fear that more than you will fear than what the word says. Have no fear of Yah whatsoever at all. Not knowing that the person that you are defaming their character is creating the same image of Yah as you is. As you are. Uh-oh. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So, as he loved cursing, look what he says. So let it come unto him. As he delight not in blessing, so let it be far from him. This is how David talked. That's why I love David, man. I study David all the time. Psalms 62, verse 1. We're going to start at verse 1. But see, we need to get this. And we need to get it deep down in our hearts. Like I said, freedom of speech is just literally damning our soul in this society. We have no governor whatsoever at all. And then until we continue to keep hearing preaching and teaching like this, we're not going to put it up on our own selves. Because if you were studying this, you would already know. Yeah, you would, and you would fashion your life accordingly, irregardless. Is that a word? Or is it regardless? Regardless of what everybody else is saying or doing. You understand what I mean? You can recognize even draw battle plans and you know how to overcome the wicked one. Yeah, you can. To the chief musician, to Jadron, a psalm of Dawid. Truly my soul wait up upon Yah. From him cometh my salvation. Where your salvation comes from? Providing if you say from your mouth. I thought I'd throw that in there, you know. Psalm 62 verse 1a, Pastor Dowell. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense, and I shall not be greatly moved. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Shall he be slain of all of you? As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down. What's the whole reason why they talk? That's why I keep telling you that a lot of us, we're not interested in people's welfare and being. We just nosy. We ain't interested in no solution. Yeah, we just flat out nosy. We don't have no solutions for nothing. You ain't got no answers. We just nosy. Uh-oh. So the whole real purpose is to cast him down for his excellency, whether it be male or female, generic form. They delight in lies. Run to it. Love it. I mean, just like flies, just like flies run no, maggots on a carcass. Love it. Love it. They run to lies. What do you say? They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they do what? Curse inwardly. These are the hypocrites. These are the ones that sit up there in front of you and cheese. Like, how you doing? But they cursing you on the inside. Grandstanding, stage playing. Yeah. Notice this instruction is written to us, so the Most High know how we are. My soul, waiteth thou only upon Yah, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. See, so the people that are feeling this, you need to know who your rock and your salvation is. And you need to run to him and forget about people. Because devils, once a devil, always a devil. These people, a leopard cannot change his spots. And the Ethiopian ain't going to change his color. And there's just some people that no matter what, they ain't going to change spiritually. That's all there is to it. Amongst Israel, they ain't going to change. You can forget about it. If they do, they'll do it for a time being when it benefits them. Then they're right back the same way they were. He only is my rock. So you look to the rock of your salvation. Run to him, because look what he said. He is my defense. So he's your defense. I shall not be moved. So all these are intended to move you, but if you run to the king, you run to the rock of your salvation, you won't be moved. I tell you one, he's a whole lot merciful than man is. Plenty in it. Delight in it. In Yah is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and look at this, my refuge. That means if you want to hide from these people, go hide in him. He'll put up a shield and a wall that every arrow that comes your way, it'll deflect off of you and bounce off of you and go back to your enemies. Remember, because if they love cursing, it's going to come back to them. But what you got to do is meet y'all's conditions in order to send that mess back. You understand? You want to submit yourself to Yah so you can send it back so it can kill them boogers. I mean, we're warriors. Yeah, we are warriors. Kill them boogers. Psalms 109. Oh, everybody know that when you mention that, don't you? We ought to get some shirts that say Psalms 109. Most people think you're singing a song. You know, in the world, if you wear a shirt that says Psalms 109, they'll think you got a favorite song. It is. One of my favorite. Top one. Start at verse 26. Help me, O Yahweh, my Elohim. O save me according to thy mercy. Now look at this. You know, Dawid has got to be in a certain condition to be talking like this. There's got to be something going on for him to be talking like this. So let's see what's going on here. Look what he says. That they may know that this is thy hand, that thou, Yahweh, hast done it. Let them curse. You think some people are talking about David? You think they're slandering him, defaming him, speaking unfavorably against him? You think it? I mean, he's saying, let them do what? So, saints of the Most High, when you can sense that, you go to Yahweh and say, let them curse. Repeat these things. Look what he says. But bless thou. In other words, but bless me. You let them curse Yahweh, but bless me. When they arise, let them be ashamed. Now, that's another thing we're missing in this society. Shame. There's, you know, I often say this, I've been saying this a lot. There are things that especially you lived any amount of time at all, that you have done that you are literally ashamed of. And that they don't even, I mean, it's not even worth repeating nowadays. You understand what I mean? You understand? Is that making sense? But we got folks today that ain't got no shame. None. Because it's murderers in their heart. Are y'all listening to me? Murderers in their heart. And you remember, whatever you do, it's coming back to you. You need to know that, Israel. What I'm trying to do here tonight is trying to teach you that if somebody is doing this to you, so you can learn how to run to your refuge. Run to your hiding place. Are you following me? You won't feel many arrows then. You understand what I mean? But people today ain't got no shame. Look at our society. I just got finished looking on MSM News, and there's two faggots just sitting up there just smiling and gleaning, and because Massachusetts first gay couple. Used to be shame in that. Ain't no shame now. They flaunting. Can you imagine? I mean, you ought to see them gleaning too, boy. They cheesing. But no shame. That's the spirit that we're dealing with in this hour too now. The heart is getting dark. And it's growing darker. You know what I mean? Usually you're looking for mercy from people who know how to show, but you're only going to get it for those who know how to show mercy. You understand that? Huh? All right, let's go on here. Look what it says right here. But let thy servant rejoice. So what are you supposed to be doing? No matter what they doing, what are you supposed to be doing? You supposed to be what? Rejoicing. Look what it says. Let my adversaries be clothed with what? Let them be what? Clothed with what? Shame. And let them cover themselves in their own what? Confusion as a mantle. That's your direction. That's your instruction. You need to say these words. Then he turns, look what he says. I will greatly praise Yahweh with my mouth. Yea, I will praise him among the multitude. You know, that's the one thing that people who are ripping you apart with their mouth, the last thing they want to see you do is dance and praise and give glory to Yah. They want to keep a noose around you and whoop you. Want to see you downcast and downtrodden, heavy laden. Even when you're praising and stuff, they ain't going to do them but inflame them and enrage them, making me more madder. Dance hard and dance so hard until you put a 3-inch hole in this concrete. And get some deliverance too. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor to save him from those that condemn his soul. So you do all this because you are poor and needy, and the Most High going to stand at your right hand. And he going to save you from them that condemn your soul. Now notice, he's not only talking about these adversaries out there. They ain't doing all that. They just want to draw battle plans to annihilate you and kill you. He's talking about your neighbor. I need to remember that. All right? Let's go to the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus. We're going to start at Ecclesiastes chapter 27, verse, we're going to start at 22. Ecclesiastes 27, 22. When you have it, say hallelujah. Hallelujah. Man, everybody got the Apocrypha? Man, that's good. Look what it says. He that winketh with his eyes worketh evil. So now you watch us. We'll be running around and see if somebody winking now. We're going to, oh, yeah, look at him, man. He's evil, man. They're winking. Huh? And he that knoweth him would depart from him. Notice, knoweth him. All right? When thou art present, he will speak sweetly. And will admire thy words. Don't they just sound like Proverbs we just got finished going over? I mean, Psalms over here. But at the last, he will write his mouth and slander thy sayings. Y'all hearing this? I have hated many things, but nothing like him. Y'all hearing this? For the master will hate him. Y'all remember what he just got finished saying over here about one that slanders? Y'all done let these things slip already? Psalms 101 verse 5. Whosoever casteth a stone on high, casteth it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. You know why? Because they're bold, they're boisterous, they're arrogant. They're not thinking nothing's going to come back on them. That's what the book teaches. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare. I remember years ago there was a judgment that was being made because we was asked to come and make judgment. And I tried to tell all these old, I was the youngest of the elders there. I tried to tell every one of them, you know, y'all are emotionally engaged in here, and y'all done threw the scriptures right out the window. And if you really want what you call judgment, then you're going to let the Most High do what he needs to do. We need to meet these conditions. Of course, I'm the young whippersnapper who wants to listen to me. And you know what happened, though, don't you? Everything that I told them that was going to happen, it happened. And guess what else happened, too? This right here we just got finished reading. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in a snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. And I'm sitting and watching one by one, being literally consumed. When I told them flat out, ain't nothing going to happen to them. Why? Because you want blood. You say you believe in Yah, but then you want to go trust in man, the system. And what does the Most High say about that? His anger would turn away. He would turn away his anger and his wrath. He sure will. Judgment begins where? House of Yah. And that's probably the reason why I get a lot of attacks nowadays by all these people, because they hate what I say because it doesn't come to pass. All I did was just repeat what the word said, because I'm a student of the book. You know, this cosmos operates after laws. Whether we understand it or not, it does operate after laws. It does. We don't have to have the complete understanding for it to operate. It's going to function. Hallelujah. And it's set up especially for us, Israel. All right, look what it says right here. Anyway, it says that and anguish shall consume them before they die. Malice and wrath, even these are abominations, and a sinful man shall have them both. Malice and wrath. Like I said, there are a lot of things you call sin that ain't sin at all. You done turned around and made your own law, your opinion, your idle mind, and place it above what is written. And I have to tell you the truth, I was talking to Pastor Tatum earlier today. He called me, and he was commending me on wisdom, knowledge, understanding. I said, bro, let me tell you something. I said, brother, I feel just as dumb today as I did when I first started. He goes, whoa! You know, Pastor, that's how he does. I said, bro, I'm telling you, man, every single year I learn more and more and more and more. And I don't think I'm ever, there's just no way. It's impossible. It's He said, Pastor, he said, that is humility to the high scale. You call it, I guess it is, brother. I'm going to tell you right now, brother, I don't know nothing as I ought. And what disturbs me is what I don't know. It's not what I know, it's what I don't know. That's what disturbs me more than anything. Hallelujah. I mean, you just assume that you're ready for the next truth. Yeah, you do. We're all arrogant like that. Look how many people fell away when we came out of Christianity. Every last one of them had a truth that they came to, and when they came up against that one, that was far as they were going. No wonder Jesus said, will you also leave me? In other words, you see, every one of us, you better understand that you've got something, and you better know it. You better know your heart, because you got something, a certain level of truth that you will only go to. And when it hits up against your Torah and your personal doctrine, you finish with Yah. You don't believe how many people we lost in the ministry. Because we didn't lose, that's just a figure of speech. We ain't lost nothing anyway, but the son of perdition. You don't believe how many people fell away when we started in deliverance. How many people just quit, would not even fellowship with us no more. That was their Waterloo. They came to a point that they just couldn't cross over. They were, I'm not going that route. You wouldn't believe how many people we lost just when the women started wearing head coverings. They came up to that point. That was it. That was their cutoff point. I'm done. Over a rag. You mean tell me you're going to lose your soul for putting something on your head? Damn, I'll wear the head covering in. Am I telling Truth Straitway? See, people are arrogant. They don't know that you got certain things in you don't even know yet. And you better start discovering that wicked heart. You got certain things in you that you assume that you're going to go all the way with it. I've seen and heard many people, I'm going all the way. Until a certain truth is presented. And then you find out that was the end of you. And then the only thing that's left from there, you got to go back and justify why you're not growing no more. Because nobody grows once you stop at your present truth. So I'm telling you, we're arrogant people. We're very arrogant and proudful people. I'm telling you. So what's the next truth that could be coming, may be coming, that is your cutoff point? For most people, going to the wilderness. Well, you can't make it to the wilderness until you get out of Mizraim. And you ain't going to believe how many people are going to gladly run to Babylon. When that hide, it's time for it to take in the gut. Man, let me get going. Nah, I'll get going on that. Don't let me start on that one. Let me stay the course here tonight. We ain't got long. Oh, man, we were going all that long already. Let's go with Ecclesiasticus 37. Start at verse 10. Are y'all doing all right? Y'all sure? Not Junior. Junior is saying, cut me. That's what Junior's saying. He's saying, cut me. Somebody else saying, give me a Band-Aid. Huh? Put some methylate, something on me. Give me some Vaseline. Give me some vitamin E or something. Stop the bleeding, Pastor. Ecclesiasticus 37 verse 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Y'all hearing that? Look at this one. Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous, neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange. You see, all these people, you're opposing yourself when you're consulting people in these matters. This is just not wise. Are you following me? Look what it says. Nor with a buyer of selling, nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man as touching kindness, nor with the slothful for any work. How you going to get somebody who lazy as hell going to consult you on how to do a job? Nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle servant of much business. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel, but be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. Now this problem is, now the man of God always sorrows with you. Uh-oh. Isn't that true? Uh-huh. But you sorry for him. There's a difference. Hallelujah. Hope you learned something. And that's not even, as the old proverbial saying, go the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the teaching of the tongue. It really truly isn't. I said it last Shabbat. I know I did. You know what destroyed Israel? Murmuring. Just messed them up royally. And what's going to mess us up even more so? Same thing. You know why? Because we got freedom of speech. Isn't that right? We exercise it too, don't we? I know how to put a governor on those who got freedom of speech. We better, if we are going to embrace biblical principles and biblical terms, we better start obeying this book. Oh, hallelujah. Because this tongue is an unruly what? Evil, and it's full of what? Now, it ain't talking about that. It ain't talking about this thing you stick out. It ain't talking about that. It's talking about the tongue is a direct reflection of your heart, of what's the real true you. Now, this is the book. Y'all ever read these passages before? Huh? Have y'all ever read these passages before? You may have read it, you probably didn't believe it, but you probably read it. You want to preserve your soul, you better learn how to control that thing. Amen. And stay the hell off that telephone. Well, we ain't got too much of that problem straight away now unless we sneaking over to the dining hall. You know, we got to get a shot in the arm, so we got to go sneak to the dining hall so we can have a slander fest to get a fix so we can sleep tonight. There was a funny. You know, ha ha ha. He he he. You know. Y'all funny. Y'all so funny. A literal scream. Y'all off the chain. I try to end it on a good note so you won't go away heavy and oppressed. It still don't do no good. I guess it's kind of like putting lipstick on a rattlesnake, huh? Ain't nobody mad but the venomous serpent. See, you talk like all these images get formed in the mind, don't they? Anyway, let us stand. Hallelujah. Hope y'all doing good. Heavenly Father, we do thank you for all things. Pray these sayings sink deep down in our hearts. In my name, Yahshua HaMashiach. Amen. Thank you. Uh-oh, look at him looking.